Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Now this phone comes in at a whopping $1,299, and today we're going to take a first look at it and see if it's something you might want to consider as your next phone with pretty much every feature in the kitchen sink. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Welcome to my unboxing first look video of the Note 20 Ultra 5G. Now, this phone I did pick up in the gold color here, and it's the Mystic Bronze they call it, but they also have Mystic Black and Mystic White over here. Let me go ahead and just cut these off real quick. I don't want to dig around with my nails and stuff, so let's just go ahead and use this quick knife really quick here. And you can see right here, unlocked by Samsung. I'm going to zoom in and show you what it says on the back. So it does say Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, an S Pen, a wall and USB charger. So at least you get that in the box. We might not see that on its closest competitor this October. You can see right here, quick reference guide and terms and conditions. We do have some FCC ID legal stuff down here, nothing too interesting. This box actually looks almost identical to last year's Galaxy Note 10 Plus. You can see Ultra 5G imprinted, gold pen highlighting that you are getting a gold S Pen here. It says N20 behind it, and Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. Down here, just some UPC codes. Pretty boring at the bottom there, but looks very similar to the box that came with the Galaxy S20 Ultra 5G. And you can see here is the phone right here. Just a beautiful device. You're definitely not going to feel like you got something cheap here. I actually didn't order the smaller Note 20 simply because they went with a plastic back at $1,000. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want to see a review of that smaller one. And then you can go over here and see that you do have a super fast charger in the box. So this one's not messing around. 25 watts here. So yes, you are getting a pretty good sizable charger right there. No extra cost on your part. Now over here, you can see that inside of the box, we also do have a USB-C cable, but you can see how these manufacturers are going to start slimming things down. We don't see those AKG headphones in here no more. And also, let's see if there's anything else hiding around in this box. And there is a little pull tab right here. We'll go ahead and open up this box and see what's in here. Opened it the wrong side. I already damaged that. Don't really care. It's just a box. Let's go ahead now and see what we get. So you get, terms and conditions. We'll read this stuff later. Number 2 action. We'll read that later. So you can see right there, Samsung Care, stuff like that. Talking a little bit about the new phone. Don't care. See you later. Over here, we do have a SIM card tool. Pretty neat. It's funny because all these manufacturers typically give their own style of SIM card tool. Samsung's kind of looks like a little guitar pick. But yeah, everyone kind of does their own little SIM card tool. But that's pretty much it. What I'm noticing is no headphones. And let's see if we get any extra nibs in here for the S Pen. And I don't see any in the box. So we don't get extra nibs. You're going to have to go ahead and buy those for the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra if you do end up using your S Pen quite a bit and it does wear down. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and peel this plastic off. This only happens once in a phone's lifetime. Let me bring the mic down for dramatic effect. Not bad. So overall, pretty dramatic effect. Had a nice little peel when it came off there. One thing you'll notice immediately about the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, unlike the S20 series, there's actually no pre-installed screen protectors here. It looks like what I'm seeing here. That could make a lot of sense due to the fact that Samsung, the Note 20 Ultra is one of the first phones, it might be the first phone to have the Gorilla Glass Victus in a mainstream smartphone. And that's supposed to help with the scratch protection. So I'm actually not going to be putting a screen protector on my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. So let's get this thing boot up. And I was going to do this at the end, but let's just go ahead while it's booting up and take a look at how big this phone is next to something like the Galaxy S20 Ultra. You could see just about the same size, maybe slightly taller, a lot more square. Some people like the square design. You might love the Note 20 Ultra. If you like the more rounded design, you'll like the S20 Ultra more. Let's go ahead and take a look at its predecessor, the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. You can see about the same footprint, However, the first thing I'm feeling right away with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G is that it's definitely more top heavy with a much thicker camera bump on the back there, but that camera is supposed to be far better than a Note 10 Plus. But in the real world, we'll have to see how that works. You can see the OnePlus 8 Pro, another similar sized phone that could run 120 hertz pretty much on any resolution at all times. So very nice phone there as well. But the Note 20 Ultra is ready to compete. Let's see the iPhone 10s, or not the 10s, the 11 Pro Max, a faithful old trusty device. And one thing about these two phones, they feel identical on the back. This feels just like the 11 Pro Max, the material on the back of this phone. So if you like that, you'll like the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G quite a bit. So a lot shorter, a lot more round on the 11 Pro Max, but the Note 20 Ultra definitely towering over that device. Okay guys, so we're now in the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. I skipped the setup process. It's just, sign into your Google account, your Samsung account, same old, as you're used to with all the other Samsung devices. First thing you're gonna notice right away, finally, to a Note device, we have 120 hertz, and man, let me tell you, it is smooth. It is super smooth. But we're gonna have to go over here and see if it works in the WQHD resolution, and it says it does not. So the high refresh rate isn't supported in WQHD. Your screen rate will change to the standard refresh. That is still super annoying, Samsung. For $12.99, not acceptable. The OnePlus 8 Pro is cheaper than this phone. Let me do 120 hertz at every resolution. If you're watching this video, definitely a complaint there. But at the same time, you know what? You can save some battery and still enjoy it at full HD. I can still see that it's not as sharp of resolution when it's in that full HD, especially on a larger display like this at 6.9 inches. But at least it's smooth. That's a good thing. And it also doesn't drain as much power, according to what I've been reading in terms of the 120 hertz versus the prior S20 models. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the wallpapers. I always like to do that when we check out a new Samsung phone. You kind of see this is what you do get here. A lot of nice different wallpapers. I always love these, that every Samsung phone has a different set of wallpapers. I just think it's a neat touch for, having a little bit of unique factor to each particular model. And they also have some video preloaded ones here as well. And of course, there's plenty of wallpaper apps if you want to get your wallpaper game strong on any Android device. In terms of the software, we're looking at One UI 2.5. So the absolute latest version here of the software, Android 10 on board. So we're not on Android 11 here. That's not even available for most devices anyway, but 3 years of updates is promised for this phone. So we should be seeing the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra go well into 2022, 2023, around that range, maybe even further if Samsung decides to give you another update. We'll see how it goes, but Samsung is promising 3 years of updates. And there's also a list of other Samsung phones that they're promising 3 years of updates to. I'll leave that link to that tweet that I made the other day down below. Okay guys, so I'm gonna be real with you. There's something on first impressions that just is annoying me already about this phone. So if you take a look at the Galaxy Note 10 Plus, the volume rocker and power button are on the left side. Now Samsung moved that over and people didn't like it, so they went back to the right side here on the Note 20 Ultra. However, if you're coming from this phone, it will be an adjustment period. But here's the one that's also a kicker. You can see on the bottom, the S Pen's on the opposite side this time, and I've been used to for years grabbing the S Pen on this side, so it's going to be an adjustment period grabbing your S Pen from the left side. It's just different, but taking a look at that S Pen, you could see it color matches the phone, Mystic Bronze, and you should be able to really enjoy the writing experience. It should be pretty close to writing like on real paper. 4,096 pressure points. This thing should be pretty darn amazing. So you can hit try it out, and they're gonna go through this little screen right here. I'm not gonna do the full tutorial live. You can do that when you get your Galaxy Note 20. Let's go ahead and take the SIM card out and see what we're working with up here as well. So we'll pop this thing open, and you can see there is expandable memory on here, and that's good because unfortunately last year we had 256 gig. Now we're paying basically the same price, and Samsung decided to put 128 gigs. So I'm already naming some cons here about this phone. I do not like that. Why did you give me less storage this year than last year? Not saying the phone's not amazing, it still is, but we got to pay extra to get that extra storage bump on the phone. Now, to be honest, I don't think most people are going to use the full 128, but the power users that this phone is typically targeted towards just might. So not liking that at all, that we went down to 128 gigs on this phone, but at least you have expandable memory still, something not all Samsung phones give you. Now, first impressions on that fingerprint sensor, it's in display. This is great right now during these current times because the face with the masks doesn't work that well, and most people aren't wearing gloves pretty much at anywhere. So you usually have your hand still available, so you can go ahead and just pop right in. And the fingerprint sensor is in a good location this time, and it works very well in display. Really do like that. So talking a little bit more about the display, I've been hearing that this thing could hit 1500 nits of brightness. Now, it's probably going to be an adaptive brightness in the sunlight, but still, the display looks amazing on first impressions, but it doesn't look any different than most Samsung phones you're used to. Yeah, the specs could say 2x dynamic AMOLED, this and that. At the same time, Samsung has been doing beautiful color displays for a long time. Super saturated. This one's no different. It's typical Note stuff. Beautiful, saturated colors, square off corners. I mean, this is the typical thing you expect from the Galaxy Note. Nothing super different from your past Note. You're not going to notice that too much. Unless you're coming from like the Note 9, you do get more of an edge-to-edge screen here. And speaking of that display, this is not flat. You have to get the regular Note 20 to go flat, but then on the regular Note 20, you don't get the higher resolution. But then again, that's also 60 hertz. So, you know, I would have liked to seen the bigger boy with a flat display, but for this model, we're still sticking with a slight curve. So if you do want to put a screen protector, good luck. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. Now, I can't exactly give my first impressions on the battery, but it does have a 4,500 milliamp hour. That contributes to why this phone feels a bit lighter than the S20 Ultra, even though it looks about the same size. This is like 20 grams lighter than this phone. And I'm noticing that immediately. I like that. But the S20 Ultra, with decent heavy use, I'm able to get only 1 day out of that phone, even though it's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. You got to remember how large and battery sucking these displays are. So I'm expecting one good solid heavy use day out of this phone, but I'll let you know in the upcoming review. So I quickly want to give you some more close-ups here. You can take a look at this camera bump. Definitely noticeable. Definitely get yourself a case for this one. You'll want to protect that amazing camera system right there. And if you're noticing, we do have ourselves a laser autofocus. Let's hope that really does fix the issue that we had with the S20 Ultra. That was super disappointing. Hopefully Samsung learned from that mistake. You could see down here USB-C, we do have our speaker and stainless steel sides on this phone. So definitely nice, competing better with the iPhone there. Overall, I mean, an industrial grade design. People who love the Note series are going to fall in love once again. However, at the same time, I think this is a safe bet. This design is not really pushing the boundaries. It's not really going overboard. I think that's where the Z Fold comes into play. Okay, one thing I want to say though that I am noticing, it's just a minute detail, but Samsung has further decreased the size of the camera hole. This camera hole is smaller once again than the prior Note. So they're further and further getting closer to that 100% all-screen design we're waiting for. So you can see right here, we do have the Galaxy Buds Live here. I'm going to use this as a camera example, and you can see the focus, very good there, very quick, snap the photo, no problems. We'll back it out wide. We can also go in very close at 5x zoom here. So you're going to get an amazing camera experience for this phone. I will be reviewing these soon, so stay tuned for that. But overall, I'm just going to be frank with you. This is a very decent overall package. Actually, it's better than decent. It's a very impressive package because what you're getting is not only the 3 camera system, but the ability to go over here to 50x zoom. That's pretty crazy. And if you go to more, you can also do not only pro photos, but pro video. Do you see this right here? Pro video. And yes, you can do up to 8K video, live focus video, live focus. Again, like I said in the initial intro of this video, every feature in the kitchen sink, it's all here. And not only that, if you go over here to settings in the software, again, you got features for days. Throw on top of that, look, I just clicked the wrong side because I was used to where the S Pen used to be. But throw on top of that, the S Pen feature suite, Dex, it's all here. This is everything in one single smartphone. in the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And how about a quick sound test before we get out of here? Well, I've had this phone for about a week or so now, and I'm ready to give you a full review on the device, kind of what it's like, what I've been experiencing with it, and there's a whole lot of value on offer here. Let's explain why this phone is totally worth $349. Okay, so what is up? Even at the max volume with Dolby Atmos turned on, it's very clear, not a lot of tinniness to these speakers. In addition, the bottom speaker is much louder than the top one, but that's pretty much the case on most phones. So we didn't cover every single spec here. There's so much to cover with the Note 20 Ultra. I'll be doing that for our full review. But as a first look, am I impressed? Do I recommend this phone? And the answer to that question is pretty tough because I think if you have an S20 Ultra and you were tired of the focus, yeah, but if you don't use your camera that much, no. If you have an older Samsung Note 9, this could be a nice upgrade if you want to go more modern. But at the price of $1299, I definitely recommend taking advantage of a trade-in program. I think the price is pretty steep for this phone considering the multiple options on the market today. Even a used Note is a good value. So yes, this comes in line with the S20 series, and that's about it. 5G on board. We have the S Pen, we have the nice Mystic Bronze feel, but it's a safe Samsung phone with pretty much every spec you'll need as of right now. And I do think it slots itself nicely in the top phones you can buy in the market in the world right now as well. Let me know what you want to see on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G. I will be doing more videos on this phone, of course, some speed tests. We'll also do a full review. Really going to pay attention to the focus on the camera. I don't expect the cameras to be too much different from the S20 series, but definitely going to look at the focus here on this phone. And I will be checking out the S Pen features over here as well. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to stay safe, stay well. Nick here. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Peace.